Detangling your hair is super stressful, right? And I know a lot of you have so much trouble when you're detangling in shower. And so I thought I'd make this video and share my tips on how to detangle and have like a stress-free experience. So if that sounds like something that interests you, then keep watching. Alright, so tip number one. I feel like there are two types of people. The first kind absolutely hates wash day, detests the entire process, and wants to get it done as fast as possible and wants to rush through the entire process. Or you could be the kind of person who really enjoys wash day and takes that time for yourself, uses it like a self-love routine where you pamper yourself and take your time and give your hair that special treatment and really enjoy the process. And to be super honest, I fall in the latter category. I'm sure you guys know that I don't wash my hair too often because I'm very scared of hygral fatigue, and I started at a point where I was forced to take care of my hair, otherwise I would have had nothing left. And so I really don't wash my hair very frequently. I try to do it once a week. And so I ignore my hair throughout the week. I really don't do too much to it. However, on wash day, I make sure that I take my time and really enjoy the process. And so my first tip would be to listen to music when you're going through your entire wash day. Just take your phone into your bathroom and enjoy the entire process and listen to music while you're detangling. If you're the kind of person who really enjoys music, then you will notice that you don't even think about the struggles of detangling because you're focusing on the music, you're vibing with the music, and time flies. You won't even notice when you finish detangling your hair. The second tip that I have to give you guys is to stand in front of a mirror when you're detangling your hair. To be very honest, I absolutely detest detangling my hair on camera because I would much rather be in front of a big mirror where I'm looking at what I'm doing, and it makes things so much easier. And so, if you've been detangling your hair underneath the shower, I would ask you to switch positions and get in front of a big mirror and then detangle. You will notice that the moment you're looking at what's happening and you're detangling in front of a big mirror, things are going to become so much easier and you will be provoked, you will be pushed to take that extra time and not rip at your hair and destroy your hair and damage all of it and break it all off. You will notice that being in front of a mirror, it serves as like a monitoring tool. You'll be able to monitor yourself. You'll be able to look at yourself when you're detangling. So don't make those faces because remember, you're staring at yourself. Smile, listen to that music, stare at the mirror, go very slow, start from the bottom, slowly work your way to the top. Groove with some nice music. If you want, I'll put down some music that I listen to on wash days in the description. I'll put down all the links. Make a playlist on YouTube, listen to that music when you're in the shower, detangling your hair, all throughout your process. In fact, when I style my hair, when I detangle my hair, when I shampoo, when I condition, I always have music on, and looking at the mirror and being able to monitor myself, being able to monitor exactly what I'm doing. If I'm getting frustrated, my facial expressions, I will just change it all. The moment I catch myself rushing or getting a little irritated with the process and getting frustrated with how much time it's taking, I will just switch things up. I'll wear a big smile, I'll do a little dance. To be super honest, whenever I'm detangling, I'm always dancing. I'm listening to the music, I'm dancing, I'm swaying, and I'm detangling. And I notice that that painful little chore becomes so enjoyable. Especially if you're in front of the mirror, you're feeling yourself, you're feeling the music, you will notice that detangling can be so much fun. It doesn't have to be like this torturous step in your routine. Alright, so the next tip. Maybe you don't need to stretch out your wash day the way I do. Maybe you're starting at a point where your hair is not damaged and you shouldn't be as worried as I am about hygral fatigue. And if you reduce the number of days in between washes, you will notice that your hair will not be as matted and it'll become so much easier to detangle. And so if you're okay with it, you can deal with it, and you have the time, then maybe you could benefit from washing your hair maybe once in 3-4 days if you have time to do your styling routine, and that could totally work for you. You will notice that if you don't give your hair too much time in between washes, it will become so much easier to detangle because your hair will not be as matted. The next tip is using a CG friendly gel. So CG friendly gels that do not have alcohol will give you a little less hold. However, your hair will not be tangled, your hair will not be stuck in its curl clump, your curl clumps won't be super robust. You will notice that detangling is so much easier. And so, if you're worried about your detangling process and you're noticing that your hair is getting super duper matted, then maybe using a CG friendly gel could be such a fantastic option. My favorite is the curl up gel. I have been so impressed with that gel. Every single time I use it, I feel like the next time I'm detangling my hair, it is so less torturous in comparison. I feel like it is so much easier, my hair doesn't mat, and overall it is such a great experience in general. And so if you're the kind of person who does not need too much hold, then I would say go for the curl up gel. I have been so impressed with it lately. My next tip is to use a serum every single day and to separate your clumps. So this is the serum by Vilva, and it comes in a little spray bottle. So what I do is just spray it on my hand, put it on my hair like this, and every single night before I go to sleep, I just separate my curl clumps and go right to the top so that they don't get tangled up. So this is something that I typically do every single night before I go to sleep. Using a serum during the week is going to help your hair look moisturized, and it'll also help your hair not get tangled because it's going to keep the hair nice and lubricated, right? And so your clumps are not going to tangle up too much, and this is going to help you when you detangle. Your hair is not going to be as matted in comparison. My next tip is for people who wash like once a week and prolong their wash days because of damage. So on days when I feel like, okay, my hair is really not looking that great and I can't wear my hair curly anymore, that is when I start braiding my hair. So on day 5, day 6, day 7, I always have my hair in a protective hairstyle. So what I typically do is I take a little bit of leave-in conditioner, I mix it with water, I run it on the lengths of my hair, and then I just braid my hair up and I let it be. What this is going to do is, on days when your hair is not moisturized, especially if you have high porosity hair, and you notice that on day 5, day 6, day 7, these are the days when your wash day results do not look great. These are the days when your hair is very, very dry, and so it's going to get tangled and matted. On those days, if you use a little bit of leave-in conditioner with a little bit of water, run it on the lengths of your hair, and then just braid your hair up, you'll notice that you'll be preserving your hair, and wearing it in a protective hairstyle is really going to help it not tangle further because it's going to stay in the braid. This is something that I do from morning to night. So I wake up in the morning, I notice that my hair is super disheveled because obviously it doesn't stay perfect, right? Your hair is gonna look a little frayed and a little frizzy. So what I do is I open my braids, I redo them so that they look nice and neat. And then before going to sleep, I do exactly the same thing. I open my braids and then I redo them before I go to sleep. And this is something that helps me so much on wash days. I noticed that detangling my hair after wearing it in a protective hairstyle is so much easier, and it's not as torturous as just letting my hair be in a pineapple, because that way it just tangles up way more, and then detangling becomes such a painful experience. Okay, the next tip, and I feel like this is genius. So let's say you wash your hair every 7 days, right? What I would say is day 6 at night, shampoo and condition your hair. Don't detangle, don't do anything, just wait for it to dry. You will notice that the gel, the curl clumps, all of that will be gone, because when you've shampooed and conditioned your hair, you've washed all of that residue out of your hair. Once your hair is completely dry, that is when you detangle it with no product in your hair. So you have no leave-in, nothing in your hair. Let me explain. Let's say you wash your hair every 7 days. Then, day 6 at night time, what you can do is wash your hair with shampoo and then condition it. And then just wait for it to dry. Let it dry completely. You'll notice that your curl clumps will be broken, they'll come apart, and the residual gel that you will have on your hair, all of that will be gone because you've already shampooed it off your hair. Then, when your hair is completely dry, slowly start at the bottom and then detangle it. You will notice if your hair is super weak and you're really scared because when you get your hair wet, then your hair is weaker, right? Then dry detangling with no product on your hair will be so much easier for you. The next morning, what you can do is deep condition and then style your hair and then let it dry as usual. If you're the kind of person who is really struggling with CG because you absolutely detest detangling your hair in shower with conditioner on, then this is something that is really going to help you. This is typically what I do when I color my hair. So I color my hair, I shampoo my hair, I condition my hair. I don't do anything, no squish to condition, nothing. I just let it be and I wait for it to dry. The moment it is dry, then I notice that it's so much easier to detangle. I detangle and then I just put my hair into braids and then I go to sleep. If you want, you can put a little leave-in conditioner into your hair with a little bit of water, braid it and then go to sleep. The next morning when you wake up, that is when you deep condition and then you style as usual. Some of you might notice that if you do this, then you lose way less hair when you're detangling, because this is something that you're used to, right, before CGM. I feel like you can totally bend the rules, and if detangling in shower is like a big problem for you and you're not happy with it and you just can't get yourself to do it, then you can absolutely dry detangle exactly the way you did before CGM. However, I would recommend shampooing your hair and conditioning your hair and getting all that gel out of your hair before you detangle, because when you have gel in your hair, you'll notice the curl clumps are going to make it a little difficult for you to detangle. However, if you wash that gel off, you'll notice that detangling will be so much easier. And so, if some of you are really struggling with detangling, I feel like this would suit you so much better. Alright, so that was pretty much it. Those were my tips on how not to lose your mind when you're detangling. If you enjoyed this video, then there's a very good chance that you might enjoy one of these. And feel free to go through my channel. You'll find so much content if you're interested in hair care.